Welcome everybody to Minor League Esports. It's time for some Foundation League action. We're so glad to have you all here. My name is Grant, CFO, and alongside me, joining me in the booth today and for the rest of the night, we have Dud the Bomb. How are you doing?
You know, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm here for a bunch of Spectre versus Demolition action. All of these teams are really vibing and really striving for that playoff spot. That's so important as we are in our final 3 weeks. It's going to be an exciting match to watch.
Yeah, we've got some close races and a lot of the games that we're playing in these past couple weeks have been really big deciding factors for who gets to play in playoffs. And my goodness, these teams are no exception. We have the Demolition and Spectre for Foundation League. And if we take a look over that, Demolition lead number 1 in Mystic Division, and they can pretty much remain that way in any result here, so nothing to worry about for them. However, they would love to secure a playoff spot, and they need to get a 5-0 to do so. But what else can you tell us in regards to the Spectre, Dud?
Spectre are 14-21. However, they are only 1 game out of that wildcard spot. The Comets are only 1 game above them at 15-20. And so if they can take a series win here against the Demolition, that would bode very well for their play against the Comets next week. Because if they can get a sort of cushion when they play the team that they need to fight for that playoff spot, that's gonna do you wonders for just getting that playoff spot.
Yeah, wonders indeed, and I'm so excited to watch these teams go at it. I always talk about Foundation League being one of the most exciting leagues to watch out here. You know, you would usually expect it to be maybe the top leagues like Master and Premier, but actually I think it's the other way, because down here it's so unpredictable, and being the lowest league, you can't go by too much what you see on paper. We talk about it all the time. But for the Spectre, we have LeVar Ball and Avoided Emu on the Spectre, and Sobi and Spicy for Demolition. Looks to kick things off as Sobi takes it up to the ceiling. Pass downfield, going to be met by LeVar Ball, taking an outfield now to Spicy. It's played out to the right side. LeVar and Emu will look to push this one downfield. It goes off the corner and in. Oh no, it doesn't. Spicy got a nice little clear there, and they've got a bit of a breakaway as well to go off of. Counterattack shut down by Emu. It's played away to the right wall. A lot of solid things we're seeing so far from both squads, taking it back and forth, and they've got to make this clear now for Spectre, and they do so, but Demolition still have pressure.
Indeed, and the Spectre kind of got away with that a little bit. When Emu went for that shot, they did double commit on that. They were able to get back in time. That's a nice flick there by Spicy. He's going to put the Demolition out on top first.
Yeah, Spicy with a spicy flick over the top, right in front of the face of LeVar Ball, and that'll put Demolition on the board first. And, you know, Demolition, they're a really solid franchise all around in all the leagues, and FL being no exception, especially with players like Sobi and Spicy, are pretty well established in the franchise as well as in the league. But don't sleep on the Spectre. They've got LeVar Ball, who's actually leading a couple of the statistics. They've got a save to pull up, speaking of said stats, but it's a shot in off the roof of Spicy. Sobi gets a shot in on the left or the right side.
That's an unfortunate clear there by LeVar Ball. Spicy just gonna lay it up there for Sobi. A good passing play. Spectre were not ready for that at all. And I love to see passing plays in Foundation League because I feel like you don't necessarily see it very often. And so seeing something like that really makes me feel like these kids are really good. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see them in Academy League, as Spicy's gonna put in another one right there.
Well, yeah, Emu just gets an unfortunate clear, and same thing, same situation for LeVar Ball. Spicy, quick to wrap around the backside and slam one into the front of the net, and that's a 3-goal lead now for Demolition. It's going to need a big change for the Spectre to catch up here, but Emu, they've got possession, might have a shot. It's blocked by Spicy, and LeVar waits back in the midfield. Sobi rushing in, but it's a 2v1 scenario now. Looking for the double was LeVar Ball. but no contact met on the second touch. Emu plays it up to the corner, bouncing right back to where they put it out from. LeVar continues downfield. They want to put it back in for Emu, who waits back in the mid lines. It's a miss from Emu, and Sobi should be able to take advantage here. They do. LeVar forced to bail out, and they get it clear downfield, but Spicy now on the retreat cuts in. They've got possession once more, taking it up from high and down low and all the way across the field. Demolition, they've just got so much space to work with. Spectre are going to need to get in their faces a little bit here, but LeVar almost had something to say about it.
Game has slowed down a little bit more. Some clears are coming in. That's going to be dangerously out towards the middle, but LeVar Ball is able to clear that back over the Demolition side. But yeah, the game has started a little slowing down a little bit more. The Spectre are trying to finally find their footing. They're making sure that getting the jitters out of the way, you know. Not as many misses coming out, and let's see if I can transform that into some goals.
It was almost like immediate caster's curse, because as you said it, a whiff came up from LeVar Ball, and Sobi just gets a slow roller into the net. That's unfortunate to watch with the Spectre suffering now a 4-goal deficit.
Yeah, and unfortunate there from a double commit there from the Spectre. Whenever that first miss comes out, that's when the other person should probably try to rotate back around to give time for the other person to come back. But they needed to find some way to score. They weren't able to capitalize. Now it's 4 goals here for the Demolition, and it's coming out of hand pretty quickly, as there could be a 5th one right there, and there is.
It's unfortunate again to watch. Sobi takes it off their own post, gets it over Emu, and LeVar just didn't have any boost to work with, no momentum either to go with it. And it's now 5 goals to none for Spectre, but I want to touch on something you talked about. You were saying pretty much knowing when to buy your teammates some time. If you're both pushed up field and one of you is further back and can meet the ball first, you might not want to challenge immediately. Instead, kind of play that passive game and bring it all the way back into your own half until your teammate is ready to go. Otherwise, you risk a 50-50 not going in your favor, and it can turn into a very easy goal for the other team.
Let's see if the Spectre can take one. They have a chance here. It's going to be Void Emo with the shot. It's going to go in. Void Emo, I believe, kind of intercepted that attempted pass. No, Sobi was just out of position over the way in the Spectre net. Spectre had an easy open shot. Void Emo took advantage of it, and they're on the board.
Yeah, I think Spicy was just trying to get a clear. Instead, it turned into a pass right off the wall and right back to where they put it out. And that was just an interception, like you said, from one of these Spectre players. And LeVar Ball going to miss a shot this time around off the right post, but taking it to the right side now is Spicy, dunked by Emu. It's back in dangerously. LeVar pushed up for a demo, kind of questionable because your momentum gets killed the moment you get up the wall there. And it's not a viable option, but a viable option is Spicy in the midfield, placing another one in, setting up a possible Brazil scenario.
LeVar Ball trying to clear it out, was looking for a second touch off his own touch, but Spicy really fast with that ball, able to get there before LeVar Ball was able to. He's going to put that in for the 6th goal for the Demolition.
It's a strong and convincing lead that the Demolition have been able to pull out for themselves here, and Sobi's going to have to retreat for the time being, but Spicy's got a great, powerful clear to try to extend out their lead once more, but LeVar's jumped over the top, wants to get the shot in, but they can't make it there in time. Emu waits back on the midfield, pushed up too far. Sobi's over their head already. It's going in the net. That's a Brazil for Demolition.
And Sobi is really good at getting these fast clears from his own side around the opposition. I've noticed this a lot. Just not even Sobi and Spicy in general are very good at getting a fast transition back onto offense after the Spectre attempt to make an offensive power move. And it's really working well for the Demolition as they have to get their 7th goal, and currently on a Brazil.
And it seems like the Spectre also have some time needed that they need to warm up with, but they kind of came into this game not feeling themselves. I think LeVar Ball had a bit of a controller issue. They are definitely having some right now. They are freaking out all over the place on the back post right now. Hopefully they can get that sorted out, but in the meantime, it's a 2v1 situation handled well by Emu, taking it downfield now for Sobi. And Emu has to retreat back as LeVar tries to work out the issues with their controller. It's really affecting them and they have to just play back, but Spicy comes down the midfield, 10 seconds to go. I mean, Spectre, not that they were going to come back anytime soon in this game, but it's got to be a frustrating situation to not even take any goals in for the road for the Spectre, and they suffer a pretty significant loss. That's got to be tilt factor about to come in game 2.
For sure. But you gotta keep in mind, it is just game 1. If the Spectre, if they can realize that the majority of their goals, the majority of the Demolition's goals came on the side of Demolition getting really fast clears, maybe sort of, like, space yourselves out more. If you want to do passing play, that's fine. Once you get that passing play, you gotta get out. You gotta get out of the way. Otherwise, just try to let some of your other dudes do a little solo play, because if it doesn't work, the Demolition have really fast clear speeds and they can take you by surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. And Demolition are able to keep Spectre on the back foot pretty much the entire game. And, you know, we were talking about LeVar with those controller issues. It's actually Ping being involved as well. Just total dead stoppage of momentum for LeVar. Unfortunately, we might get a server reset here, but we'll let our match official handle that. But, you know, you're talking about the speed of the Demolition. They can just keep on the attack. They show their playstyle first, and it's something I'm huge on. You got to go in there confident with the way you play. You can't have any second guesses. You can't give the other team any opportunity to score on you or any hole in your mind or on the field to strike through, and that's exactly what Demolition have been able to, you know, just balance against. But I believe we are probably going to get a server reset going. But man, what are you looking forward to going into game 2? What is it that the Demolition and Spectre, like, what is the dynamic here? What do Spectre need to change that's gonna flip over this play style?
The Demolition, I mean, they're doing with whatever they're doing really well. They're capitalizing on the Spectre's failed offensive presence. They're really doing a good job of taking the ball around on their side and getting it over the last man. What the Spectre need to do is they need to realize this, and they need to make sure that they don't get caught off guard. Yes, you need to score. Yes, you need offensive presence, but don't overcommit on the offensive side, because if you do, the Demolition know and will get that ball around you every single time.
Yeah, it's just a big mountain to climb anyway, because we can talk about it all we want here in the booth, but it is a whole nother story on the field. These players have to make those decisions for themselves. And, you know, it can kind of get frustrating for us because it's like, can you not see the answer? It's like if you're watching Dora the Explorer, it's like the bridge is right behind you, and they just can't hear, so they never know, you know? Very bizarre analogy, but I mean, it makes sense. We can scream at the players all they want, but it's like, I mean, there's another one sitting at home on your couch watching college football and yelling at your team and yelling at the refs. They can't hear you. You're not in the stadium. But anyways, yeah, it's a big deal for the Spectre, suffering a Brazil, first of all. That's just tilting in and out of itself. And then controller issues, not being able to be let out of your own half. It's just so much suffering for the Spectre, and I kind of feel for them, but hopefully they can bounce back. Hopefully our server is all good and everything works itself out, because the Spectre would hate to go out in such a horrible way.
And this is Foundation League, keep in mind. So these people are still all learning. So you can't necessarily be too mad at it. You can always point out what they're doing and go over replays and try to help them learn and prepare for Academy League as they keep climbing up the ranks here in MLE. But if you can recognize what you're doing within the series, then that is a big plus for improving. And so if the Spectre can realize what the Demolition is doing to get the ball around them, that's going to work wonders for them.
Yeah, it's something called adaptability. Can you notice patterns in the way that, I mean, in this case, the Demolition offense are playing? Anything you can take advantage of that's going to lead to your success. And you know, we were doing so much focusing, at least me personally, on the Spectre, so I wasn't able to catch most of the stuff happening with the Demolition. I was just like, hey, they're taking the ball around, and Spectre just seemed to be cooped up. So we'll definitely look forward to the changes being made there. And a little update for everybody watching at home. I mean, we're all at home, aren't we? But we're getting the server ready to go once more, getting the players in. So thank you to our match official and broadcasters for getting this set up and getting everything handled. Hopefully LeVar Ball has everything sorted out with their internet, controller, whatever the case may be, and we get to see ourselves some good, even, fair Foundation League action.
Mm-hmm. And it's really important for LeVar Ball to have the best connection he can, because he's boasting I believe, over 5 MVPR this season on the Spectre, even though the Spectre in general are 14 and 21. So this dude is carrying the Spectre up to where they are so far, and if the Spectre want to win some matches, he's got to be able to pop off, you know?
Yeah.
And I've seen some of the plays that he was doing in the Spectre. He was, I believe he attempted to air dribble once in that game. So he has the mechanical skill that is needed for some nice plays. You just gotta see it capitalize into some goals.
Yeah, well, Emu's got a strong clear to start us off here. After the Demolition's first push into offensive territory, LeVar Ball doesn't make contact. Instead, it's Spicy with the beat. Ball floating out still for the Spectre. They've got a lot more pressure rolling for them. Miscommunication there from Demolition. Spicy does take in front for the charge. It's a pass over to Sobi. We've talked about those connections being very dangerous to work in favor of the Demolition. And Sobi wants to continue downfield. Maybe looking for a flick. They've got no boost. They might get a fake here. No, LeVar Ball reads them well. Bump after the fact, and Spicy will try to take it again from the left corner.
Good early pressure here by the Demolition. Spectre doing a good job of capitalizing. They have an offensive chance here. LeVar Ball, he had a shot, but it's not going to go. Touch is not going to be made, and Sobi gets a free shot. Yeah, Sobi's going to get a free shot. That's going to go in. Demolition out to a lead again.
And it's still ping issues coming in because it seems like such an easy shot. I mean, just making any sort of contact instead of overthinking it in such a drastic manner. It will be a goal for the Demolition, but, you know, Spectre, they've had some moments. There might be some silver lining over here because they've got offensive pressure a few times so far in the series, or at least this game 2. And Spicy wants a flick. It's another strong clear from Emu. Really racking up the save stats as LeVar Ball plays it away, but it's back in from Sobi, and both Spectre players wait in the net. It's clear downfield. Sobi boosts steal, and Emu continues the push downfield. It's an unintentional pass to LeVar Ball. They almost took advantage. They did, but Spicy had the clear and the save credited.
Yeah, and that shot actually went right onto Spicy, so that shot could have been placed a little better, but it was still really good to see that sort of offensive pressure that's almost going in. There's a chance here, but Sobi's going to get back in time. Spectre are doing a better job of trying to get some of these offensive plays without necessarily overcommitting. We just need to see them capitalize into a goal.
Yeah, well, Spicy does a great job getting the ball to Sobi, but no contact met on the ball from Sobi, and it's a missed opportunity to extend out a 2-0 lead. And a lot of missed touches on that ball. Still dangerous for the Spectre, but it's cleared in by Spicy, who wants to bring it around the back, but they cannot do so. LeVar Ball plays it over to the corner and past Sobi. Pinch out to the left side, and Emu might have the beat on Spicy. They do clearly, but they've rushed it. And it will be another whiff, allowing Spicy to take a shot. What a save from LeVar Ball, keeping this one alive. But Spicy still wants to bring it in, and it will be deflected away by Emu. Sobi deflection over to the left side. Emu race into it already, but Spicy will take over after Emu leaves the ball. Sobi coming up the corner.
And LeVar Ball had a really good save back there. Pinched it off his own post, I think. So LeVar Ball, when he has when his ping is good, he's a good player. So it's just a matter now of let's see if he can capitalize into some goals, because we know that he's a good player. And we just gotta see that sort of chemistry as well with Emu. And here's an opportunity here. LeVar Ball gets a demo. It's gonna be a shot. It's gonna get saved off by Sobi, however.
Yeah, Sobi with a great save to keep the Demolition's lead alive, but the demo almost comes through a second time from LeVar. Clear downfield by Emu. It's a 1v1 situation, but Spicy should have the follow. They do. Emu backs up. LeVar not sure what was going on there. Maybe controller issues, because I know I've done it before. Boost button gets stuck, but Can't have all the excuses in the world for LeVar Ball. Emu continues downfield again, and it's into the corner. Spicy gets it around him. 50 up high. Waterfall's down for Emu, but they've backed off already. Spectre, they don't want to follow many of these balls and many of the opportunities they get, and it just results in them giving away possession. Demolition take advantage, and when you give it to a mechanical team like the Demolition, you're dealing with fire. You're playing the hot potato with the ball. You're like, I don't want to give it to you and take over, do whatever you want. And it just doesn't work for the Spectre, but they've got a minute to go. We'll see if they can turn things around in the last 50 seconds.
Yeah, and the Spectre, they've been getting some shots. They have 3. The Demolition do have more shots, and there might be another one for the Demolition there. Oh, yeah. It will be Demolition going to come out to a 2-goal lead. But the Spectre has been showing some offensive presence. I feel like they took my my thing of play a little bit more passive, a little bit too much there.
Yeah, buying time was definitely needed, especially in that situation. LeVar Ball waited backfield, but they should have taken note that Emu was totally out of the play for a really long time, and that touch was crucial from LeVar, but they make a whiff out of it, and it just results in another Demolition goal. But LeVar swinging around the back from the right wall, doesn't get a touch on it, and again, Demolition get to take control here. Emu wants to push in, and that's what we're talking about. Buy your teammates some time. Luckily, LeVar's back, and luckily the shot was wide to the right, but Sobi already gets the pass blocked away by Emu. Save credited to their name. LeVar Ball plays it up high, and this one's for Sobi, who wanted to play it under, but they didn't make contact. 3 seconds tick away. No shot finally from the Spectre. It's another victory for the Demolition franchise.
And the Spectre, they did a better job of playing defense and not necessarily overcommitting, but they still couldn't find the openings that they needed to. That they were looking to trying to get it mid off of the opposite corner, but they necessarily couldn't get there. I would like to see some maybe infield passing plays come out from the Spectre. You gotta change things up, because what you're doing right now, it did somewhat work. You stalled out the Demolition's offense a little bit. They only scored 2 goals as opposed to 7. But you need to do something else, because something is not working on the offensive side of the ball. Clearly in that game they tried to go into the corner, try to take it down towards center. But maybe try, like, taking it from midfield, passing it directly to center. See, maybe you gotta change something up if you're the Spectre.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. You know, we were talking about the Spectre, the way that they kind of just leave the ball for the Demolition. They allow them, that you know, they'll make an attempt at offense, and then it's like, oh, well, it didn't go our way. Let's just go back and defend for a little while. And then Demolition, they're like, well, all right, then infield pass to Sobi, score off the bat down the pipe. And you just give them those opportunities, and they're going to take them as you give them. And Spectre, they've got to stay on the offense. Collect some pads. Don't waste your time going all the way back for boost in the corner. Stay upfield. Collect pads. Hold down the midfield and keep the ball on the Demolition side. Keep offensive pressure rolling. It's just basic fundamentals of Rocket League rotations in 2v2.
Indeed. But Spectre not out of it yet. There's still a chance for the reverse sweep for the Spectre. They're only down 0-2. Demo only need 1 more. But it's looking grim for the Spectre. They have to change something up, because I've seen nothing but good stuff from the Demolition. The Spectre need to make some sort of change to their passing play while kind of keeping same what they did in the defensive on game 2, because they just didn't really have any offensive, but the way they used their defense was really good. Now you just gotta combine the defense with a different way of approaching the offense.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. We saw Emu with a lot of powerful saves that just really kept the Spectre in and gave some momentum. There were really solid touches being made, but this one's a shot hard to defend for LeVar Ball. We'll take another look at this. It was a nice shot from Sobi off the wall. Dunk off of Emu, and then it just floats its way in there. LeVar was pushed up a little too far.
Yeah, and I've been victims of that sort of play as well. You're not expecting the pinch off of the other player to go into the net. So LeVar Ball just kind of caught slightly out of position, not expecting that. I probably wouldn't have either. And Demolition have a goal again here in Game 3.
Yeah, well, LeVar Ball wanted to put it across the field. Emu gets the boost grab. Wants to try to continue offense, but you're going to need to do more than just steal a boost pad or two if you want to take on this Demolition defense. Sobi gets faked out by the clear across to the left side from Emu, but Sobi's immediately down the other side, wanted to get a power shot. They don't make it in time. It's another powerful save from Emu. Bump opens up the gates for LeVar Ball, and Sobi's moving up top. They don't commit until then, where Emu has to make a tough clear. Spicy doesn't even make a shot on net. It goes wide to the corner for LeVar Ball to advance downfield. Sobi couldn't make the dribble. Now we're seeing some pressure rolling with the Spectre cut off the Demolition in both sides of the field, offensively and defensively. But here's an infield pass to Spicy. They've got to get control quickly here if they want to score, and they don't. Wide left.
Spectre doing a good job of playing defense. They had a potential at a breakaway off of the end of that Demolition offensive zone, as they do here. LeVar Ball looking for the demos. I'm gonna get it onto Spicy, but the pressure is there. However, there's not enough of the pressure, and the Demolition are still enacting enough pressure from their own side to kind of counteract the Spectre, and it seems like the Demolition still have all of the pressure.
Yeah, and Spicy gets another shot. It couldn't be saved by the defender. LeVar Ball wasn't able to clear it out all the way. It's an unfortunate miss from LeVar in the first place, but a pass from the Demolition. Spicy gets the connection and in.
And that's actually very unfortunate from Emu. I was watching there, and the Demolition actually pushed him back a little bit. If actually he hadn't gotten the Demolition, I feel like he would have been able to get there for the save. But I feel like he just accidentally ran into that Demolition, so that ended up having just enough opportunity for the Demolition to get that 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and LeVar Ball moves downfield. Spicy wants to dribble. It's going to go up high. Miscommunication on rotations for Spectre could allow the Demolition to keep striking. So we talk about probably need to step up the comm and say who is going. Call it out if you want to take the ball. Let your teammate know, but this is a nice touch over the roof of one of the defenders. Emu's already pushed up and committed. For some reason, you can't take the ball from your teammate, and Sobi tries to teach it to him even harder. But Emu again coming in clutch with the saves. Another double commit from Spectre. We gotta reel it back to tilt factor in game number 1. Internet and controller issues for LeVar Ball, and they just can't make anything of it. They've dropped some quick chats that make me question whether or not their mental state is still good enough to compete at the high level and standard they want to hold themselves to.
Yeah, you can't keep going back to game 1 if you're the Spectre. Sure, if you had controller connection issues, that's whatever. It's unfortunate, but you can't let that get to your head anymore. Just ignore that and continue playing this game. You have 130 left. There's still plenty of time, and you've shown that you've had offensive opportunities. You just got to capitalize on them. The Demolition, they're getting good blocks to prevent the Spectre from getting too close.
And still frustrating defense to play against, but here's the breakthrough from LeVar Ball. Who else needed to score than that person right there, right behind the last defender and in front of the face of the first? It's finally a goal for the Spectre.
And this is what I'm waiting for, LeVar Ball. It had a really tight angle there on the Demolition corner as well. So that was actually a nicer shot than I believe most people might think. And so it's really showing up. Maybe LeVar Ball finally popping off. He's a 1v1 opportunity here, but he's unable to get around Spicy.
Well, Emu's still playing it back in. LeVar's going to be careful here. They do make a quick cut in on the rotation, but Sobi can't dribble it out. Emu continues the push in, but Spicy gets a clear out. LeVar, though, there's what we're talking about. Holding down the midfield, it's important to do. Spicy clear up high, 50-50 lingers in the midfield. It's a shot from Emu wide to the left, and Spicy meets it down low for the catch. Continues the carry. It's blocked by LeVar, down to Emu, possibly 50-50 out in favor of the Demolition. It could be a 2-goal lead, 3-1. It's a demo to open things up, and how appropriate to stay true to your name, but Emu spawned luckily on the right side. They get faked out for now. With 20 seconds left, it's now or never for the Spectre. LeVar Ball taking it downfield. Sobi and Spicy had to be careful on the communication. It's off the inside of the post. And Emu continues to move infield and keep it on the side of Demolition. But now it's passed back. Spicy could have a flick over the top. They almost faked out LeVar. 5 seconds. Can it be a shot from LeVar? It is, and it's in. Tie game.
LeVar Ball, he's able to capitalize there. What a great pop there by LeVar Ball, able to catch the Demolition off guard. They're looking for a final goal in those last seconds. They got a little too cocky. LeVar Ball able to get it around them both. Spectre tie up this game. 1 second left. The ball's going to hit the ground. We're going into overtime.
Well, this is what we want to see. It's game 3, and it's do or die for Spectre. They're down 2 games in the series. It could be 3, but it rings the crossbar. Emu's got to bail him out one more time. They can't do it. Spicy puts it in. It's a 3-0 sweep for Demolition.
Yes, that's really unfortunate off the kickoff. Kickoff goals are the worst way to lose, I feel like. That first one bounces off the crossbar. Spicy, wasn't Spicy. Spectre player could not get that clear once it bounced straight up, and that was a good follow through from the Demolition. They're going to take this series. Let's see if the Spectre can take 2 off of them. We still play all 5 here in the MLE, and any games are absolutely critical for the Spectre if they would still want to vie for that playoff spot.
Yeah, and any games are also just extra points for the Demolition being number 1 in their division. They could still have held that number 1 spot with a 4-1 loss. And they are on their way towards a 4-1 victory, maybe even a 5-0, but my goodness. Oh my god. I can't wait to see the rest of the series. Spectre, they had it so close in this tie game, sending it to overtime, the clutch 1-second goal. It's unfortunate that it ended so soon, but Demolition, they clutch out the series, and Spectre, they've got 2 more games that they could possibly pick off from the cherry tree that is the Demolition. We'll see if they're able to do it.
I think they can. The Spectre have grown increasingly more powerful as this series has gone by. Unfortunately, their power spike came a little too late, but I feel like that they have the potential to take some games off the Demolition. It's just a matter if it's 1 or 2, but here we are in game 4. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, like we said, Spectre have really turned up the heat, and they're taking it to the Demolition, making them work for the rest of their victories, and they'll continue to do so in game number 4. LeVar Ball's up for this, plays it to the corner for Spicy, who doesn't read it the way they want to, finds themselves on the back wall. It's smart placement down low for LeVar Ball, and a quick early lead for the Spectre.
And that's a good read off of that bounce off of the corner. That's really hard for a defender if it hits that kind of edge of the corner where it's not on the ground but it's not on the wall either, and it just kind of pops up. So that was a good shot there. And Emu has a chance. Now LeVar Ball again, and it's gonna go in. Spectre 2-goal lead, 20 seconds in.
It's field smarts coming in clutch for the Spectre. The tactical whiff from Emu, short clear from Spicy, and LeVar Ball gets the rebound and puts yet another in. Spectre have their first lead of the series, and they're taking it to the Demolition like we said. Sobi's going to clear it out to Spicy, played in up high. LeVar misses the clear, could be dangerous, but Sobi couldn't find an angle. You know, a lot of the times in twos, it's a matter of driving more so across on the other side from your teammate rather than behind them, because you can't get those follow-ups. But Demolition, they need to make those small adjustments because they make huge outcomes from decisions like that.
Indeed. And the Demolition, they have it in them. They have a shot put on. So they still have the offensive pressure, but Spectre have been doing a good job of quickly capitalizing on their own reads into the corner. And so if the Demolition can just get slightly more effective clears, they still have the offensive pressure to score, I feel like. But they just gotta get those slightly effective clears, and that's a good one there, preventing the shot from going in from Emu.
And Demolition starting to have some miscommunications, looking a little shaky on defense, allowing the Spectre to continue on offense. And it's something we were not seeing throughout games 1 and 2, but it's a shot from LeVar, beats out Sobi, and it's a 3-goal lead. I think that might be a hat trick from LeVar Ball. It is.
And this is the LeVar Ball I expected to see at the start of the series, really popping off, carrying the Spectre team to a 3-goal lead here. Only a minute 30, however, has gone by in this match. Demolition, they still have plenty of time to come back, but Spectre, they're coming out swinging here in Game 4.
Oh, for sure. And LeVar Ball, though, pushed up too far. It's a mistake we saw early on in the series. It's going to come back to possibly bite them here. Spicy gets a pass across infield, but Emu's got another clear. We've just been given so much praise to Emu, and rightfully so, on defense. They get all the clears and all the saves pretty much, and they're so well done. You never see anyone else really in net, but Spicy tried to get it past him that time, but LeVar Ball this time gets the clear and continues downfield. Spicy catches it, moves it up the right wall over the head of Emu. Spectre could be starting to get a little feisty, and we could see a turnaround in the back half of the game.
Demolition's need to put some stuff on shots on board first. They have 3 shots, however, 0 goals to their name, so they have the pressure. And they're sort of realizing the Spectre are getting a little feisty, but they haven't been able to capitalize on it. I want to see a little bit more of those passing plays that we saw earlier in the series from the demo. And here's one right here, so there's a chance that it's going to get saved by Emu.
Yeah, we're not seeing a lot of opportunities created by the Demolition on the infield passes. We talked even before the series started about infield passes and what a tool they can be used for, especially in a league like Foundation. If you can outsmart your opponent in really any game that is out there, you can get a lead on them. But Spicy, they've still got some ways to go, but it's kind of a weird fake from Sobi. The pass to Spicy, top upper 90, almost missed.
Sobi was backwards for a majority of that ball possession that he had just there, able to barely get it around the Spectre there, and Spice able to finish it off just barely, but that almost got pinched at Emu there for the save.
Yeah, almost an own goal for the Spectre, but they're not going to let it happen with a minute 42 to go. Spicy gets the drop down under the defender again. Emu, what are we saying? They're so good on defense, and it works to the benefit of Spectre. A lucky dunk on the way down. Gravity doing the work for LeVar there, and it's played back out once again by Spicy. It's playing it slow, which is such a smart move to make over the top one. Can't get past Emu, and it's back out to Sobi, who's already pushed in. It's now Spectre continuing their offensive pressure they've had all game long. LeVar Ball off the lip, and Spicy takes it downfield, but Spectre, they hold down the mid lines, and it goes so well for them. It takes them miles in advancing into offense.
Indeed, but the Spectre, they're doing a good job of defense. They have 5 total saves on the Demolition's 8 shots. So Demolition, they still have the offense. It's not like their offense has disappeared anywhere. They just haven't been able to convert because the Spectre have just done this excellent goal line defense, and it's going well with the LeVar Ball's shots just going in, but the Demolition's still in this. Sobi's gonna capitalize on a missed touch there, and Demolition's still in this.
Yeah, can't save that one, but my question is, where was Emu on that play? They didn't even allow themselves another opportunity to go back if they needed to, and it just cost them huge here, because now Demolition just have to score 1 goal, and we know they're more than a capable team in Foundation League to do so. They've got 30 seconds to work with. Sobi passes it upfield to Spicy, who's cut off by Emu. It's an interception. Maybe Spectre can burn off a little more time here. LeVar Ball up to this one. Almost landed on the ceiling for the flip. Added to their arsenal, but Emu circles around back. They rush it though, and it's going to be Sobi tying the game once again. 10 seconds to go. We have ourselves an overtime situation looming in the air.
Unfortunate there from Emu. LeVar Ball was waiting for a pass midfield from Emu. Emu just happened to just not make contact with the ball. LeVar Ball not expecting that, got caught out of position. And we got a tie ball game, 8 seconds left.
Well, here comes Spicy. Maybe one last opportunity. Shut down by LeVar Ball. Emu, though, plays it off the lip. It could bounce to the other corner. It doesn't, and it hits the floor. We do have overtime in game number 4. Let's see if it's a different result for the Spectre. Emu and Sobi meet each other on the kickoff. It's LeVar Ball continuing first into Demolition territory. Almost gets the dunk over Spicy, but Spicy has the advantage here. The dunk in! It's not a different story. Demolition have a 4-0 lead.
Spicy playing that really well, predicted exactly where Emo wanted to go with that clear, gets it right around him, puts that on, and the Demolition gets a come from behind a victory here in Game 4 to go up 4-0 in the series.
I'm over here with my hands on my head, and then it's just like, oh, what's going on here? Spectre, they came so close again. All these series, or all these games going to overtime, and it's going to be one of those things as you look back in the results, it's like, oh man, overtime, we could have had that. Overtime again, we should have had that. And they don't, though, and they have to go to Game 5 with 4 losses under their belt to carry. It's heartbreaking to watch, but maybe they can get a game. If not, it'd be a strong way to advance for Demolition, but all I can say is that time will tell.
And like the Spectre have looked better in each and every game they've played this series. They just haven't been able to close a win out. I feel like they can do it here in Game 5. They should have done it in Game 4. They had a 3-0 lead, I believe. They just need to not crumble under the pressure. They need to keep their leads off and don't necessarily be too cocky when you do have a lead.
Yeah, they need to hold on and play, a little more passive like they were. They were able to hold down the Demolition at one point. I think their defense is more warmed up than we've seen it yet this series, and rightfully so. LeVar Ball waits back on the defense. I feel like they tried to 200 IQ a controller DC and bait in the defender, but I'm not sure. It was such strange positioning to witness, but it's LeVar Ball wanting the redirect. Emu can't find the angle after, but maybe LeVar, no, it's another miss, and back in blocked by Spicy and a save awarded. What a defensive showing, and what a strange offensive showing from Spectre.
Spectre they had some passing plays in that offensive presence. There's a chance there. No pass needed for LeVar Ball. He's gonna fit that right between the post and the defender. What a nice shot placement there by LeVar Ball, and the Spectre have a 1-goal lead here in Game 5.
Trying to put on my double seeing glasses because I'm not sure how Spicy even got that one or let that one go by them. It's so weird to watch. I think we have a strange Game 5 underway that we're going to be able to bear witness of, but Sobi gets a little bit of a touch over the top of Emu, but it's a catch in. And off the back wall for Sobi, they get it out of danger, but Spicy may have just put it back in, and they bait out Emu. LeVar tries to keep it on Demolition's side. Sobi wanted a demo on the rotation out, but LeVar Ball has it on the left side, and plenty of boost to work with. It plays over to the corner lip, and now LeVar wants to carry over, and they can't get it done. Sobi, great clear to continue out in defense, but Demolition, they're scaring me. They're playing a little too long in passive mode. They've got to change things up. We talked about it in the beginning half of Game 4, but they've got to turn it on immediately in Game 5.
Indeed. And Demolition not necessarily as aggressive as I'd like them to see. They don't have any shots on the board, as well as that last rotation. They kind of just waited for the Spectre to get the boost back before attempting to clear and just give the Spectre more opportunity. Here's an offensive pressure here. Let's see if Emu can do something that's going to be popped off mid. LeVar Ball has a chance, but no.
Oh, I thought they had it for sure. A nice little read. LeVar, they've got the right ideas, but it's all about execution at this point. Emu gets a 50 with Sobi, plays it back over to Spicy, into the nose of LeVar Ball, but it's into the front of Sobi this time. A shot might have beat out both defenders. No, Spicy gets back just in time for Sobi to possibly get this catch, but LeVar Ball, great pass from the corner out to Emu, intercepted by Spicy. And now the Spectre may have some more offensive chances. Sobi plays it away a little bit further out of their reach than they would have liked, but they aren't able to follow up. Spicy has just whiffed this one. Sobi out of the play as well. LeVar can't turn it back in field, but Spicy gets a clear and save as well. Still dangerous. Sobi almost got dunked by Emu. It's looking real sketchy on defense for Demo.
Where's the speed from the Demo? They've lost their speed in the defense in these last few games. They kind of lucked out in Game 4 where they get a nice comeback with their offense, but their defense has been slowly lagging. There's finally opportunity here as they get out of their own zone, but a good bump there from Emu. LeVar Ball can't finish it off, however.
Yeah, LeVar Ball rushed it, but hold on a second here. If this is a read, that would have been play of the week for sure. But Emu gets an unlucky 50 back the other way. LeVar Ball has a one-on-one situation with Sobi. They block it away effectively. They take it up the right wall, clear outfield. They want the air dribble we talked about earlier. It's blocked by Sobi, and the Dreams shut down. Pass in, maybe a shot. Sobi's there for the save, but they backflip a little weird there. They're out of position from the bump. It's a shot from Emu, not going to find its way to the net. And Sobi, they get a save anyway. I'm not sure what Spicy was doing with there, throwing themselves out of position. It's a shot again blocked away by the Demolition defense. We've seen a total just turnaround in the way both of these teams have been playing. In the first game and second, it was Demolition playing all the offense and keeping Spectre in their own half, but Spectre turned the tables, and it's Spectre keeping the Demolition in their half for most of it. But it's a shot in from Spicy for a tie game.
That was well placed by Spicy, fast and in the top half of the net. That was beautiful. Emu had no chance for that, and that is a good capitalization opportunity from the Demolition. They tie up the game with less than a minute left.
Well, it's a great job. Demolition somehow always bounce their way back. Spicy is trying to continue downfield. It's blocked by LeVar. Sobi. Oh, it's an unfortunate, or it was a great pass, unfortunate situation to be in for Demolition, but LeVar Ball's got the clear from the back wall. Emu can't get to it. Sobi passed out. Maybe a read from Spicy, but it's blocked again by Emu. LeVar Ball's got to carry downfield. Maybe a bump play. No, they don't get it. What a save from Sobi to follow it up. Spectre could have taken the lead and possibly the dub in Game 5. It's almost over. LeVar Ball set out in front for Sobi, blocked by LeVar Ball. How the heck does this even work? LeVar's got another carry opportunity. How many have they had? What?
No!
Oh my goodness, they've been robbed. If Spectre lose another overtime, I'm gonna cry for them. I swear. It's a shot high from Spicy, reading from Sobe, and they have a clear. Spectre have room to breathe.
Dude, Spectre should have won that. They had the ball 80-90% over the line, but here we are in overtime. They still have opportunities. Just gotta capitalize. That's a good demo by Spicy, but the shot goes wide.
It's unfortunate to see, but LeVar Ball and Avoided Emu are doing a great job at surviving at this point. Emu trying to cut back in. It's a 50 from Sobi to send it back the other way. LeVar Ball in a dangerous situation and a dangerous player in front, but they get it done, and it's a block out for the Spectre to the left corner.
There's a pass. But does not go through. It's going to be over onto the other side. The Demolition, they have some good opportunities. They're finally getting their offensive back as the game has gone by. It was, I believe, like 7-1 in shots, but that's going to go in. The Demolition going to get the 5-0 sweep. Spectre trying so hard for that shot right there, but Spicy just with a nice touch off the top of this car goes straight in. That's going to be the Demolition 5.
An early serious mistake comes back to haunt the Spectre, pushing up too far, the overcommit, they dove in and they got beat, but a great shot from Spicy to close out game number 5 and secure the 5-0 for Demolition. What a great showing from both of these teams. You know, Spectre took it to 3 overtime, so nothing to be ashamed of. All of them were definitely close games, but that's a 5-0 for Demolition, and they'll go home happy tonight, and they're ready to sleep at this point.
Oh, for sure. They will go up to 24-16. They were third, the third seed in the Orange Conference before this at 19-16. 24-16 with that 5-0 puts them in contention for top 2, top 1. So you gotta really hope that the Outlaws and the Rhinos lose, because you must be having so much confidence right now after the Demolition getting this nice 5-0. If you're the Spectre, it sucks, you're not gonna lie, but there is chance in the sense that the Comets they could also lose to the Wizards. The Wizards are only 12-23, but it's possible that Wizards could prove an upset as well, and Spectre could very well be in the playoff hunt still after this week. Just depends on how that other match goes.
Yeah, but it definitely does look unlikely. We talk about a little bit of a four-way tie for fourth, but Comets, they will kind of get that secured. But that will conclude our series, but definitely not all the action we have here on the Minor League Esports Network. My name's Grant CFO. This has been Dud, but we're going to join you again for some more Demolition and Spectre action. And this time, it's Master League. Don't go anywhere.